And just to use a parallel from the marketing world, like 50% of marketing spend is wasted. Just people don't know which 50%. Product development is kind of similar in that, yes, you're developing a lot of features that people don't use, but when you're developing it, you're unsure of which features will actually lead to users to be more sticky or come back. And there's tons of these stories, like Slack thought it was a gaming company, and then suddenly the chat module that they developed for the game turned out to be the product. Was that wasted development or not? I don't think it is wasted development if it gets you to Slack eventually, right? But then at the same time, there must be like hundreds of features inside Slack that aren't used. So I'll give you the, I guess maybe the flip side of it, just to set this up, is I totally agree that every product, once you have some idea of what the customer cares about and what they value, there's a very limited and narrow feature set that really is the deciding factor between whether they buy, whether they stay with you. And then everything else is on the periphery that you think is going to drive purchasing decisions, but it's really not.
I'd say there's two things that we advocate that companies use to be more deterministic and have higher probability of getting the traction, getting that scale, getting that feature adoption rate that we advocate as one of the most important metrics that you should be tracking all the time. The first is 2x2 metric of the differentiation of your feature set versus how much customer perceive value in that feature set. And we expand the definition of feature shift to not just a feature of the product, but it's a feature of how you're delivering the product, a feature of how your team is structured around the product. Your pricing is a feature, your marketing strategy is a feature, where you position yourself in the competitive set is a feature. All those are features. We define 20 of them. You should be always looking at as features. And then you look at where you're differentiated and how much customers care about that. And you start with what you have today. You start with your competitors are. You start with where you think and perceive that the customers are seeing the value in your product.